Hey, it's James here. Happy to see you. Happy to have you on. This is my fourth episode of my marketing motivation. So I'm getting into the flow of things. It's been great, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to keep producing content for free, and I'm going to have some more crazy things that I'm coming up with that I think you're going to love. So thanks for being live, and if you're viewing the replay, thank you for that. So the title of my video today is talking about how to turn a pencil into a Lamborghini, and that sounds pretty crazy. Like, how is that possible? And the fact of the matter is that that is possible. And sometimes it's hard for a lot of people to wrap their heads around that kind of stuff. What do you mean? How do I literally turn a pencil into a Lamborghini? Doesn't make sense. Well, let me tell you a story. Look up something called one red paperclip. Now, one red paperclip is all about this guy that literally started with a red paperclip. Now, it wasn't a pencil, but I wanted to just show to you that this is a similar premise. So this guy took a paperclip and he said, okay, what could I do with that? Could I trade that up? And so he went on, there's a lot of different kind of bartering sites that are out there. And he went out and he said, okay, could I trade this paperclip for a pen? And he went out there and he said, would you trade this paperclip for a pen? And someone did it. Okay? Then he took that pen and he said, well, what could I trade this for that's of more value? And he took that pen and he traded it for X. I don't remember what it was, but he traded it for, let's say he traded it for like a book. Okay? Something that he felt was of more value. You can see how this goes, right? And he kept trading and he kept trading and he kept trading. And all of a sudden he was trading for like, it was either like a snowmobile or a jet ski. Then he ended up trading for a car. Then he ended up trading for a house, okay? So this guy went from a paperclip to a house. And if you read up on it, one red paperclip, you're going to see exactly what I mean. You can see the whole process. And the point is that all he did was just use his mind. Now, the thing is, he's not the only one that did it, okay? And I've traded myself, and it's amazing what you can do because people just don't necessarily see the value of what they have in a bunch of different things, not just for physical goods. But I've seen tons of stories. You start to look at those kind of things. I've seen people go into a mall. Okay, this will blow your mind. They'll go into a mall and they'll have nothing, okay? And they'll go to like a different store and they're like, do you have anything I can have for free? And they'll be like, all right, I'll give you this coupon. Then they go to like another store and they trade that coupon for something else. I've seen people walk into a mall. If you go on YouTube and start looking at this stuff, I've seen people go to a mall with nothing and come out with iPhones and record it all. It's insane. Why? Because they just see the value in things and trading it for other people. So trading it for things that other people have. So that just premise alone, in terms of what can you trade up, can take you a far way. I've seen people take, again, nothing and trade and end up getting crazy cars because they're just using their mind, using people, and exchanging. You don't always look at things linear. When you don't always look at things kind of straight on like that, you look at it from the side. Hi, Lindsay. You can make things happen, okay? So the crazy thing is just use your mind, get out there, start learning about what you can do because so much information is on the internet. If you just do a search, you start to open up your mind and you can get so much information for free, what you can do. Like, for example, I sell a lot of information products and that's, one way that I make money. Hey, Rick, how you doing? But, I remember trying to help somebody that lived in my local area and I said, look, okay, let me help you. He knows that I make money online. I said, let me help you. Okay. I know you. He said, yeah, I see what you're doing. I really like some help. I said, all right. Now I just don't want to waste my time. I'm not going to charge you thousands of dollars, but I want you to have a commitment to me. I said, listen, can you just start and prove to me that you can do something? Okay. And I wasn't necessarily that direct, but I said, let's have something. I said, do you have anything of value? Is there something you don't want? He said, well, I guess I have these golf clubs in my house. I said, all right, let's go sell those golf clubs on eBay or Craigslist. And he just wouldn't do it. He just wouldn't take the time to take a photo and he wouldn't take a time to post it. For people like that, there's nothing that I can do. And so that just tells you that I'm telling you one little strategy that's has a little cool factor. I hope you agree that someone took a paperclip and ended up getting it for a house, and look up the whole process yourself. One red paperclip. But if you just don't have it in your mind to succeed, if you don't have it, the drive to do it because you say you're too tired because you've been working all day, you say you're too tired because you have kids, or whatever the excuse is, it's just not going to happen for you. I don't care what you buy. I don't care what you learn. If you don't go out there and actually make it happen for yourself and go through the struggles, go through the pain and make it happen, it just isn't going to happen for you. So the more that you get into it, the more that you see the strategies and tactics, it just gives you more opportunity, more things you can do. But don't ever think that there's just nothing you can do, and that's a problem a lot of people get into. Rick, I'm sure you can find all kinds of videos. If you do one red paperclip, you'll find all kinds of stuff. It's pretty interesting what he did. But again, he's not the only one. All kinds of people doing that. So it's insane what you can do if you're just willing to put it out there and say, I have something of value, even if it's as little as a paperclip. I know that sounds nuts, but I have something of value. Does somebody want it? I'll give you something. Give me that, but you feel it's worth more, right? It's just like I see all kinds of people that make money going to yard sales, and I don't really like yard sales. In the past, I did years ago, but a friend of mine, and Greg, if you're on the call right now, he was telling me years ago about his father. He knew about watches, and he went to a yard sale and he saw this watch that he thought was pretty good, but it didn't work, and he ended up buying that watch for like $1, and he took it apart, and there was a hair in it, and he blew on that hair, and the hair went away. It started working. It turned out to be the first ever production of the Omega watch, and then he sold it for like, I don't know, $10K or something like that in an auction. So he got that at a yard sale. Now, I'm not saying you have to go to yard sales, but that's just one way, right? Sometimes we're thinking about how can I come up with the next Facebook? How can I come up with the next $1 million idea? And that's pretty cool. But if you're starting out from nothing, start to think in the small games, right? Start thinking about, what do I have? What can I sell? Just get out there and sell and start making money, okay? There you go. So Greg is telling me $1 watch sold for $12,000, okay? Greg is the one that told me that story years ago. So it just tells you that there's opportunity there, and someone had junk that they just didn't know about, okay, that someone else understood the opportunity and they made a bunch of money. So I'm not saying you need to go out there and start bartering. Hey, Saul, how you doing? I'm not saying you need to go out there and start bartering, but you need to start learning about these success stories, right? And start to see how that works for you, because there's opportunity all around you. It really is. I don't care where you live. I know guys in Nigeria, not the 419 scams, but like legitimate guys in Nigeria. And a lot of people would say Nigeria is not, not the greatest country. I don't know much about Nigeria, but I'm just picking on them, saying there's people that live in different parts of the world that you wouldn't necessarily think have the advantages, and they don't have the advantages in a lot of ways. But we're lucky if you're in, United States, Canada, UK, Australia, South Africa, for you, Saul. You're in these first world countries. We have it easy in a lot of ways, and unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, because we don't go through enough pain, we don't see the opportunity we have. That's why immigrants a lot of times do so well in the United States, where I live anyway, because they see how much opportunity is here where we don't necessarily see it because we're in it. Hey, Brian, how are you? And Australia, Brian from Australia. We're all over the world tonight. So I hope you guys are liking these live streams. Let me know if you are, because I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm going to build this up. And I'm going to have more and more people, more and more views over time. And let me know if you want me to do certain things, if you questions, improvements, let me know. One thing I'm going to have here is a link to one of the products that I had called Thin Air Profits, where you can make money without a product, without a list, being completely brand new. So if you're brand new to the game, check out my product, Thin Air Profits. I'm going to have a link down below. And check it out. I will be here tomorrow with another live stream. So thank you, everybody that was on here tonight. I really appreciate you. See you tomorrow.